Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Yes, Senator Turber. Mr. Chairman, may we continue? Yes, Senator Turber, we may continue. Mr. Chairman, the allegations which have been specified by the other party about medical misconduct and unethical involvement of scientific research applications theoretically provided by Pentagon directive which mitigated considerations of proper ethical committee review on pertaining to the subject matter of this report is greatly exemplified, exaggerated, and overstipulated, sir. Senator Turber, as you are the chairman of the committee on committees responsible for reporting these considerations, are you actually saying that nothing has occurred? No, Mr. Chairman. We deny nothing that the gentleman on the other side of the aisle is allegating about the things that our government has administered in consideration of this particular and special situation. Well, then, you have some explaining to do, Senator, as it appears, according to the reports, which seem to be reliably substantiated, that what has occurred is indeed a violation of the Senate Ethics Committee stipulations and protocols.
They'll be going to you.
Sir, you will see in the report that this was an exceptional situation. And as I have often been quoted as saying, sir, Senator Chairman Thumb, as you know, Chairman Thumb, I have often been quoted as saying, sometimes you have to call a spade a spade. You have to call a spade a spade. Senator Turber, can you therefore explain how it is that they came about to the decision here as to actually cause a theoretical application in molecular genetics upon a living and breathing American human being? Well, you see, sir, it was the situation deemed necessary by the Pentagon protocol because, as you see in the report, the person under consideration in this report was employed, very heavily employed, at the most heavily employed levels in the Pentagon employment plan, and it seems that a space meteorite is reported in retrospect. It wasn't known before employment, mind you. And it fell out of the sky and landed in a the farm lot. Landed in a the farm lot landed in a the farm lot that the parental units, unbeknownst to the Pentagon, were infected by this space meteorite, thus causing the change. I see. And so the result of this is that the parental units were changed by a space meteorite infection, and as a result, this offspring was considered to be different. Now, not to mince words or to make this seem unnecessarily complicated, but let's be clear. Okay, Senator? Are we saying that it was discovered by the Pentagon in the heavily employed status of this science employee that he was considered to be different, or was he considered to be different? Different. One moment, Senator. Senator, on advisement of my esteemed colleagues in the law department, we are confirming that this science employee who was heavily employed was indeed considered different. Oh, okay. See, so I don't understand then, Senator Turbar, why you didn't just use the usual protocol specified by Pentagon Directive 757-3H, which clearly specifies procedures on this kind of situation, does it not? Clearly specifies procedures on this kind of situation, does it not? Yes, the fine chairman is correct, completely correct, sir, that there is a protocol specified by Pentagon Directive. However, in this particular case, an employment situation of a heavily employed employee that was indeed on a federal contract, and the employee was willing to do anything, to change anything, in order to become normal and save his career as a result. Ah, okay. I see. So, federal employees, workman's comp situation. We've got a situation here where we got an employee who is willing to change, and we understand then that the medical, unless the fullest medical effort was made, we could not do the usual normal procedure, which of course is to honorably discharge, stamp the forms, and terminate his career. Normal procedure, which of course is to stamp the forms and terminate his career. That's exactly the way it was, Chairman. Sir, you have the clarity of legalistic vision that epitomizes the Senate Intelligence Committee. Well, but Senator Turbor, if this was well thought out, I fail to see how something as grand as this unexpected result could occur. What went wrong? Mr. Chairman, we planned this very carefully, and we got the best theoretical molecular genetic restructurer engineer genius in Iowa City. Genius in Iowa City. In Iowa City. To help us work to make this man a normal scientist. One thing screwed up the whole plan, sir. It turns out that the patient, the person in question in this committee review, drank the Iowa City drinking water. Bring in the evidence. Careful, don't spill it. Right there. Okay, that's safe. Back away. Okay. Examine the evidence for yourself, Your Honor. I see what you mean. Senator Turber, the evidence is sufficient to warrant reconsideration of the indictment charges. Please, somebody get the evidence away from me, please. I'm 87 and I cannot take the presence of this material. Okay. Oh, boy. Look at that. I'm losing hair, Senator. Okay. Committees, I direct you to conclude your reports. This is to be kept in committee under a house and key. No one will know the actual cause of the creation of Professor Noodle or the source of his unexpected abilities and powers, or the source of his unexpected abilities and powers. This is a top secret matter from here on. Case is closed. Committees are dismissed. And one more thing, mind you. No one mentioned this to Karen Cubby.
Hello, I am your famous Iowa City downtown reporter with WKXZZ, and we're reporting here in the downtown Iowa City main bus terminal, the main bus terminal in downtown Iowa City, and we are here seeing the arrival, the audience out there just really excited, the arrival of the return of Professor Noodle from Brazil, where it is reported that he recently taught military logistics to the army ants, which has resulted in a more copious and happy population of army ants in the Brazilian rainforest, and some people say it may be bringing back some of the vitality of the rainforest. So here comes Professor Noodle, and it looks like he also has the ambassador from Brazil, who is also going to sing a song of joy for the rainforest. So without further ado, here coming off of the bus now, coming off the Greyhound bus in the main downtown transit terminal of Iowa City is the returning Professor Noodle.
Don't cry for me, Iowa City. The truth is, I never left you.
Animal, mineral, vegetable, everything is alive. animal, mineral, vegetable. Everything is alive. Everything is alive.
Afternoon. I'm Mama Sue. I'm a member of community. I would like to tell you a little bit about my mother. My mother is deceased now for 10 years. She died in 1991. 1990. Actually, it's 11 years.
Yeah, that's 1990.
But I was thinking about my mother because, yeah, that's right. Am I right? 11?
10, 11 years ago. Yeah.
And this is Dr. Noodle.
Yes, Professor.
Professor Noodle. Yes. We prefer to use professor over doctor.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
Because some people would prefer themselves to be called doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But
You
that is
get
not-
confused with being a medical doctor.
Medical doctor.
Or something if you're...
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, for me, my mother actually received a PhD doctor, kind of doctor, from the University of Chicago. When she was, I think, about 62 or 65 something. When she was not young, I mean, you know. And she actually did teach at the universities. She's gone to do a little bit of that, not much, because she had heart condition. But I think of her very much because she has given me a lot. She's given me a lot of knowledge and awareness. Just her person being there, you know, her viewpoint. But she's Asian historian. Yeah, so she's very was very.
That's a lot of history.
Right.
Asian history. You can go back a ways with that.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, that's the reason I think of her in particular. And of course, she has always told me she's given birth. She was very proud every time I talked with her about it, was that she has given birth to 5 human beings and she has brought them all up. You know, that's kind of. Right now, I think the average population, average number of children in every family is how many?
It's 2.3, I think, in the
2.3.
U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the United States.
I mean, that's among the white people. But what about the other people?
Well, in the United States, across the country, it's about, it averages 2.3 or so. But of course, if you go to other countries, they have economic incentives driving them a lack of, let's say, Social Security account to bank on old age. They want to have more kids that can distribute the weight of supporting them in their old age.
Right.
So it motivates their population. Well, Mexico, for example, the average age in Mexico is in the early 20s right now.
Oh my goodness!
Because of the tremendous number of young people.
Oh my!
So.
I remember recently hearing something about the slavery, children as slaves in Africa.
Many economic systems have ways of employment that we don't accept as lawful in the United States. But you have to ask yourself, if you go in and you say, no, you can't do that, shut down, what financially happens to that 12-year-old or 13-year-old youth who had, I'm sorry, but do we go back and pay more? Do we say, shut down this hat shop, this is unacceptable? But are we going to now pay shell money out to make sure that 12-year-old doesn't starve as a result of not having the hat factory job?
Right. Well, they have given birth many children, and the family cannot support it. They sell the child off to be slave, right? Isn't that how it is in Africa?
They're working 60 hours a week. 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's what they're working in many of those places.
The children.
And yes. And
what do they do?
What hats. They make hats and things. Yeah,
they make them work so hard.
It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. But the thing is, if we shut that down, what happens to that youth at that point?
Right.
They still have food.
Right.
They still have,
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
So do we have to wrap up now? Time to wrap up.
Yeah, were you made in, no,
Jim Sock. Mr. Jim Sock.
Well, this is not Jim Sock. This
somebody else.
This is Fred Heel.
Fred Heel.
Yeah, Fred Heel works. He's a Senate intern. Fred, who?
Tell us, Fred.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iowa.
You're from Iowa.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and so that's actually where you were. You came into this world.
That's correct. I came into this world in Iowa.
But do you know for a fact that everything about you came from this state?
Don't know.
Okay. So
Not sure.
See, now that's the problem is maybe your eyes came from, someplace possible. See, so,
Goodness.
So,
What's that?
hard to track.
Hard to track.
Hard to
Dun, 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 dun. One butterfly.
Okay. Well,
Butterfly.
we can wrap it up now.
And four. Yes.
We can wrap it up now.
Shut it.
On camera 3.
Did you want us to wrap it up?
Wrap it up. Okay.
Thank you. We are wrapping.
Yeah.
We are wrapping.
Great,
I like wrapping.
Great conversation.
It's so much
really
fun.
enjoyed this. Yeah.
Ooh.
Even Fred Heel enjoyed it, didn't you?
Fred Hill, do you like to meet a butterfly? No, you can't. On a butterfly. Well, thank you for watching. Done. I guess figuring it out.
Professor Noodle.
Don't cry for me, I want the tea. The truth is, I never left you.